Is it about that time to cancel culture?
I watched my career that I had spent 4 odd years working towards basically go down the drain in about 30 minutes.
Because first they delete you, and then after that is imaginary charges and send you to jail, and the third is put a bullet in your head.
You go back into somebody's Twitter account 8 years and find a bad tweet, and they're like, this is who this guy is. This guy's an
Hey, if you do anything wrong in your life, and I find out about it, I'm gonna try to take everything away from you.
Because he was being deferential and kind to that Native American gentleman, and yet they thought the worst of him, presumptive negativity, because of course he was wearing his MAGA hat and he's pro-life.
I don't care about social justice. I only care about real justice.
That's not activism. That's not bringing about change.
And I am a victim of continual attempts to cancel me and slander my name with false claims.
Cancel culture.
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 Cancel culture. What is happening to us?
In a world where social media has become an integral part of our lives, a new phenomenon has emerged: cancel culture. The power to amplify voices, call out wrongdoing, and hold individuals accountable has never been greater. But with this newfound power comes a heated debate about the limits of freedom of speech and the consequences of cancel culture. It raises a question: is it true that we can no longer express ourselves freely? Today, we explore the complex landscape of cancel culture and its impact on freedom of speech. So, what is cancel culture exactly? According to dictionary.com, it refers to the practice of withdrawing support for public figures and companies after they have done or said something considered objectionable or offensive. It's a social phenomenon fueled by the power of social media. The initial motivation behind this movement is to ensure individuals are held accountable for their actions and the impact of their words, and it's basically a tool for social change. But these days, cancel culture can impact anyone. Someone doesn't need to be a celebrity to be at risk of being cancelled. Even you can be cancelled. Take an example from this Twitter user from Malaysia. She stated something like, "That's why I don't want to get involved in the Israel vs Palestine issue. I don't support either side. Both are at fault. If Palestine wants to live longer, they should just run away to another country. You already know that Israel is stronger, so if you fight against them, you'll definitely lose." Rolling eyes emoji. It was delivered quite rudely. Yes, her tweet can be damaging and harmful, but rather than educating her, some people doxed and threatened her. Well, in this case, since she loved the clout she's getting, maybe she deserved it. But what about others who solely want to voice their opinions and don't even mean any harm at all?
I need to address this issue. Now, you see what happened there. I did an oopsie. A big oopsie. Aku malu, aku sudah menyakiti hati banyak orang dengan pernyataanku tersebut. Dan untuk kesalahan kata yang aku pilih, aku meminta maaf sebesar-besarnya. Aku berterima kasih kepada teman-teman yang sudah menegurku di depan umum maupun secara bijaksana di direct message.
Nadine Amizah is a young Indonesian singer. She is known for her beautiful lyrics, graceful demeanor, and being perceived as very kind and friendly. However, everything crumbled when one of her opinions was taken out of context and misinterpreted by many people.
Jadilah orang kaya, karena kalau kamu kaya, kamu akan lebih mudah menjadi orang baik.
Betul.
Dan saat kita miskin, rasa benci kita terhadap dunia tuh udah terlalu besar. Betul. Sampai kita juga nggak punya waktu untuk baik ke orang lain.
That opinion made the public very angry because it can be considered highly classist and ignorant. Disagreeing comments and criticism started surfacing on social media, but over time, others started resorting to bashing and mocking the singer, often based on out-of-context snippets. Many of them may not even grasp the full context of the situation. Why did it happen like this?
Partially, people tend to have what's called sounding boards or mirror boards, when they have social media profiles. And that's just, they tend to have a lot of folks around them that either think the same way or, use social media the same way and maybe perceive cancel culture the same way. So it's easy when one person jumps on for many others to jump on the bandwagon. and then it can spiral right out of control from there. There's always going to be two sides and more to a story, and people are quick to jump, especially on social media, to conclusions without much basis of fact. Partially that's because when we talk about bandwagon theory, there's a psychological reason for that, and that's people tend to trust their peers. It's called peer-to-peer persuasion or peer-to-peer influence. And we have a tendency to look to our peers to make decisions and help us make quick decisions, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But in this case, it can be really harmful. There's partially, some psychological traits that make it really almost difficult for people to consume information without jumping to conclusions or without being motivated by their own bias, and to not take a second thought or second look to the impact of that. The internet offers a lot of anonymity, and people use that and abuse it, and that this cancel culture falls into that as well.
Masyarakat kita, masyarakat timur pada umumnya termasuk Indonesia adalah masyarakat yang sebenarnya masyarakat harmoni. Kita dididik dari kecil oleh lingkungan keluarga maupun lingkungan sosial untuk menjaga kedamaian, tidak biasa berkonflik, gitu ya. Semua harus menekan emosi, tidak boleh diutarakan. Nah, apa yang terjadi ketika tiba-tiba mendadak digital? Di sana karena memang karakteristiknya sangat demokratis dan tools-toolsnya memungkinkan kita untuk menjadi orang lain yang berbeda, maka watak yang ditekan tadi itu menemukan katarsisnya di ruang digital, sehingga ekspresinya itu luar biasa berbeda dengan karakter offline manusia Indonesia. Manusia Indonesia dikenal sebagai masyarakat dengan watak yang sangat ramah, tapi begitu masuk ke ruang digital menjadi watak yang sangat marah. Ini yang menyebabkan aksi protesnya tidak dilakukan dengan praktek yang ramah dan elegan, tapi dengan nuansa kemarahan yang ujungnya bisa diterjemahkan sebagai bullying.
She also mentioned even research conducted by Microsoft in 2020 supports these observations, highlighting Indonesia's ranking as the most disrespectful and impolite netizens among Southeast Asian countries.
Dalam istilah saya, menjadi cancer culture. Cancer bagi orang yang melakukan boykot, cancer bagi yang menjadi sasarannya.
Human rights standards guarantee freedom of expression, but hold on tight, for this freedom comes with limitations. These limitations include not inciting violence, avoiding tarnishing someone's reputations, and refraining from actions that disrupt national security. These limitations are based on international standards. As cancel culture intertwines with human rights, it challenges us to critically evaluate each action. We must ask ourselves, does the response align with the gravity of the situation?
Ada 3 hal yang dikatakan sebagai tes apakah sesuatu itu dia melanggar HAM atau tidak. Pertama, disebutkan apakah hal tersebut itu dibenarkan oleh hukum atau tidak, atau disebut dengan asas legalitas. Jadi kalau dia dibenarkan secara hukum sebenarnya nggak ada masalah ya. Misalnya yang dilakukan adalah penyampaian ekspresi yang memperlihatkan pornografi anak. Saya rasa kalau kita lakukan cancel culture terhadap orang tersebut bisa diterima. Karena dia memenuhi asas tadi ya, asas legalitas. Tapi kalau di luar itu, saya rasa itu tidak punya basis yang cukup kuat kalau kita mengatakan bahwa boleh loh melakukan cancel culture terhadap orang tersebut. Nah yang kedua, itu diperlukan atau tidak. Nah soal diperlukan atau tidak ini area yang juga perlu ditimbang hati-hati untuk tiap kasus cancel culture. Kadangkala masyarakat melakukan ini dengan dasar bahwa ya karena nggak ada hukumnya atau nggak ada asas legalitasnya, ya udahlah dia terima aja, dia harus menerima sanksi sosial. Sanksi sosialnya adalah itu dilakukan cancel culture. Semisal yang dilakukan itu adalah misoginis, ya jadi merendahkan perempuan. Nah, buat beberapa orang ini sangat esensial dan substansial. Pernyataan-pernyataan misoginis itu tidak bisa dibenarkan. Misalnya dia katakan, ya perempuan layaknya di rumah aja lah, dia nyuci sama nyapu, nggak pantas dia jadi pemimpin. Itu kan misoginis ya. buat beberapa orang itu sangat prinsip, dan kemudian karena itu prinsip dia mengatakan sekalipun ini tidak ada dalam asas legalitas, tapi hal ini perlu dilakukan karena dibutuhkan gitu. Jadi dibutuhkan sebuah sanksi sosial pada orang yang demikian itu. Maka tindakan semacam itu mungkin bisa dibenarkan karena dia memenuhi asas yang kedua. Nah, lalu yang ketiga tentang asas proporsional. Ini proporsional atau tidak ya bentuknya? Boleh nggak misalnya hanya karena dia keliru dalam menyitir sebuah pernyataan dan kekeliruan itu kemudian dia sudah sampaikan, dia minta maaf, tapi tindakannya yang dilakukan masyarakat itu jadi tidak proporsional. Ya, misalnya tadi ya, dia kemudian di-doxing, dia kemudian di trolling gitu, atau dia dijadikan meme yang merendahkan martabat dia sebagai manusia. Saya rasa dalam tindakan-tindakan tidak proporsional tersebut, cancel culture tadi tidak tepat. Nah, sehingga sebetulnya tidak ada jawaban tunggal ya. Kalau misalnya kita mengharapkan apakah cancel culture itu adalah melanggar HAM, saya rasa lapisan-lapisannya itu masih banyak. Yang masing-masing kita perlu cek berdasarkan batu uji yang tadi yang disepakati oleh banyak pihak.
Sebenarnya aku secara pribadi tidak takut dengan cancel culture. Aku secara personal ya, secara pribadi. Cuma banyak banget masyarakat kita yang takut dengan cancel culture. Mereka yang pengen memberikan opini yang berbeda dari masyarakat, takut dihujat, takut di cancel. Padahal itu ya mereka harusnya mulai terbiasa untuk melakukan itu. Kita harus tahu bahwa freedom of speech memiliki harga yang harus dibayar, yaitu aksi reaksi, konsekuensi dan resiko yang kita akan hadapi ketika kita melakukan speech yang memang mengandung unpopular opinion atau pendapat yang berbeda. Itu adalah konsekuensi logis. Jadi kita harus lihat juga pola masyarakatnya. Kita nyerang opini mayoritas gitu. Kita harus terima dong dihajar balik soal mayoritas. Mau itu dihajar balik secara argumen maupun sentimen mereka. Itu konsekuensi aja gitu. Kita aksi reaksi. Dan kalau misalnya toh ya ada orang lain yang memiliki pendapat berbeda, kita juga punya hak untuk mengomentari balik. Kita saling berkomentar aja, aksi reaksi seperti itu. Dan ini yang harus dilakukan oleh masyarakat. Gitu. Ya udah, ini adalah ladang freedom of speech ya, selamat nikmati.
Algorithms are one of the supporting factors of the cancel culture phenomenon. Algorithms are technological advancements where systems always show content that aligns with users' interests by searching for content that users have searched for, liked, frequently viewed, or followed. This creates a lack of exposure to differences, and that can be dangerous.
Hal seperti ini akan terus subur dan masih akan terus dipertahankan selama algoritmanya masih tetap sama. Jadi, ada peran teknologi digital menyuburkan suku-suku digital dan menyuburkan proses alienasi yang menjadi situasi yang memungkinkan cancel culture itu bisa diterima sebagai sebuah tabiat gitu, sebagai sebuah hal yang tidak terelakkan dalam dunia digital. Nah, bagaimana caranya kemudian kita merombak itu semua? Kalau menurut saya adalah adanya upaya untuk memahami dan menyusun kembali algoritma dari teknologi digital. Itu salah satu prasyarat. Prasyarat kedua adalah adanya kesadaran dari masyarakat bahwa seharusnya ruang digital sama seperti ruang sehari-hari itu memungkinkan kita bisa hidup damai dan nyaman bersama mereka yang berbeda pendapat. Ya, jadi bubble-bubble itu harusnya dipecahkan.
What do we need to possess in order to fully comprehend so that we can respond to and counter cancel culture effectively?
There's a couple different ways. I think part of it is education and exposure, right? I think to some extent, because of the anonymity that social media offers, people tend to create distance between themselves and the other human on the other side of the screen. And so part of it is empathy building, right? Education is one thing, but if we're not building empathy and compassion for the people that are on the other sides of our screens, we're never going to see them as human, and we're never going to see them like us. And they're just as easily hurt, right?
Yes, that is so right. Next, when we step into the realm of social media, we become curators of our own online presence. We hold the power to shape our digital narrative, but
with great power comes great responsibility.
It's not enough to simply preach positivity. We must embody it. We need to demonstrate credibility, practicing what we preach, and vice versa. The world has become a digital detective agency where everyone can uncover the truth. So, to safeguard ourselves from unwanted scrutiny, it's vital to ensure that our words and actions align seamlessly. But at the same time, as individuals with the right to express ourselves, we must be strong in expressing our opinions. Let's create a culture that celebrates diversity. By sharing diverse perspectives, we can ignite a spark of change and fight against the suffocating grip of cancel culture. But let's not forget the golden rule of expression. When we voice our opinions or offer criticism, let's do so with politeness and constructiveness. Would be better if you can put a disclaimer ahead of. Our words have the power to build bridges, not to burn them. And here's an important lesson. We are all human, bound to stumble along the way. When we make mistakes, let's not deny or hide from them. Instead, let's have the courage to face our blunders head on. Remember, my friends, everyone makes mistakes. Even Calvin, the critical content creator that he is, has had a few blunders. So here's an example of how you can address a blunder.
Teman yang udah lihat video aku yang ini, aku minta maaf karena aku tidak melihat videonya secara full. Seharusnya aku melihat video secara full karena aku selama ini melakukan kampanye untuk melihat video secara full. Jadi sorry banget buat yang sudah dirugikan, dan teman-teman terima kasih yang sudah mengoreksi aku. Tetaplah kritis. Aku senang kalian semua bisa mengoreksi aku kalau aku salah. Aku juga manusia, tempatnya salah, bisa salah. Jadi mohon maaf kalau ada salah-salah kata.
And finally, what are the things we can do to make our society better and safer? We can collectively building safe spaces. For example, by establishing ground rules in platforms, we can cultivate an environment where all users feel safe and respected. It can start within our own circles and then expand to other communities, fostering a comfortable and secure space for peaceful expression on social media. And for those who have fallen victim to cancel culture, let's create a recovery space. The impact of cancel culture can be devastating, causing both physical and mental distress. Many individuals have been wrongly accused and undeservingly cancelled. Let's offer them support, understanding, and a chance to rebuild. Together, we can heal the wounds and restore their faith in humanity.